Hi, my lovely spectators. Dee here, and welcome to my studio. So today I just want to make it. I want to make something. I want to use some stuff that I got, and I've been hoarding doing this thing and hoarding covers for like the longest. So I pulled out this one, which is from, let's see, what do I eat? Raisin Bran Crunch, and she is kind of big. So let me see if I could get you guys higher without showing too much of me over here. Okay, so she is kind of big, and I had gotten a craft, what is it? Oh my god, what's the word? I had gotten myself like a Facebook marketplace kind of thing situation, and the woman had thrown this in. I don't know why this was in there. My husband washed it, so this guy is 12 long. Ooh. And then in terms of spine to the front, we're looking at about 6.5. So this guy, when I cut him down and did all of this reinforcing, was intended to be for using scrapbook paper as the signatures paper. And you can obviously see that I have already lined up where the signature lines will be, as well as the places that I will be punching. So I'm just gonna darken that because it's already here. I can see it, but that way you can see it. So still thinking of I'm doing a 3-hole, and I want to do 2 signatures. So I'm just gonna have some fun. Let's see how it goes. I've only done one other cover that's been using fabric. So this is basically like a, I guess it's a, what do you call it? It's not corduroy, but it does have texture to it. It feels a little more rigid on this side. This feels a little more smooth. So I think I'll put the glue on this side so that way I can get better adhesion. And I just want to have some fun. So I also have this that I purchased off of Temu. I don't know what I expected, but it is fun. It is super fun. So I'm going to incorporate some of this into the cover as well. And then we'll see how far I get. Oh, this time I put you so far up that I can't really see the amount of time. So you know what I'm going to do? Let's just put a clock on here. Not so much as a okay, I think I'm gonna have to, let's see, I think you can tolerate me for like an hour. So I'm gonna let's put 55 because I know I've been talking already. And yeah, we're just gonna show this over here. If it goes off, it goes off. It's just like, get your stuff done. All right, because I know you like the videos, but you also have lives. So let's talk about this. So this will definitely fit over like this without a problem. Okay, since it has a finished edge, I'm thinking I'm not going to play with that, right? Because I want to keep that. But it also has a finished edge here. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if I just let it be like loose, if that's a good thing or not. Maybe, no, I don't know. I feel like I want to leave the bottom alone and like not, I don't know. So okay, let's stop the shenanigans. So we're definitely gonna keep this. So we do need to cover this with something in here. So what shall we cover with? There's no theme in terms of this journal, so I can pretty much just put like anything. I'm thinking about with this I got the scrapbook paper, which probably will use some of it as part of, this was the everyday snapshots. So this came with, as well as all of this other random stuff in here, with the purchase. It was like $10. I got like 2 or 3 of these and a bunch of some ink pads, some stamp sets. It was not a bad deal at all. So let's see, what do we want to put? Something fun. It's kind of cute. Plus the yellow and the blue would go nicely. That's nice too, but I don't know. This is kind of bleh, just there. Alright guys, I know I'm wasting time by like dilly-dallying on this. I want to have something fun, but also this is probably the pages that I'm going to pull to make the signatures. I'm going to incorporate a number of these. I know they're white on one side, so I may need to do some spraying, some kind of staining. They're not super copy paper thick. Let's see, does it have a weight? I don't see a weight on here. Wait. No. So it's not super copy weight, but copy paper weight, but it has a little bit of thickness, but it's not like cardstock. So it's manageable to be parts of signatures. Do we want to do something like this? Make it like a beachy theme. It's nice, 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 nice. I like those. I like something generic like this. The blue with the white. Guys, you're not helping me. Tell me. I don't know what the hell this is. You know what? I don't know what it is. Oh no, I know what it is. It's a barbecue grill. That's a spatula. Oh no. Oh, this is so pretty. But no. Gosh, jeez. Ooh. Ooh. Could I make this a game inspired? You know, I could do like school inspired art. That's okay. Some stuff like the oh baby. Maybe I could do baby for my little, I'm gonna call him my godson because, you know, I don't care. I've dubbed myself that. Yes, I could do that. So you know what? We'll start off with that. And I'll just start building stuff and keeping little mementos for him. And we'll do like a creative kind of situation. So let's just, it's a boy. So this, you know, I could kind of put this as just in the background for the baby sense of it. And then keep the other more masculine, boyish papers as whatever. So I'm just going to cut this down in the middle because we already said that we knew that it was 6.5. And then I will have to put another piece as the spine. So let's do that. And let's get rid of this one. And let's get this guy over here into 6. Yeah, so 6 over here. Nice. There you go. Okay, so let's start with that. Now, I did say, throw that over there, that was going to be overlapping. So I don't have to, I'm going to put it at this point here. I wonder if I had not cut it, if I could have. No, I couldn't have. It wouldn't have worked. Would it have? It might have, but what do I do? No, I'm gonna put it so I can have an accent of something inside there. So let's put this down first before we deal with gluing the actual cover. So I'm gonna put this down. Primarily, get my glue stick in the center. Get to the edges over here and over there. And now let's get this down. Okay, up to that fold, not past the fold, because I don't want to give any resistance to that. Let's see. I'm just looking for something to make sure that it's nice and adhered. All right, guys. Whew. And then this over here on this side. So I don't know now if that thing that I was thinking of putting on the front, well, that you didn't know that, but I was going to use it as an accent. I don't think I can use that as a page. It's too thick. But anyway, So let's get it up here against this right there. Okay, and then we're going to put this up against the fold, but not over the fold. Crooked, are we a little bit crooked? We're good, we're good, we're good enough. Okay, so we're gonna get that nice and spread out and all of that good stuff. Okay, let's just wipe up that glue. Right, so that's not interfering with that. So now we shall put this away because we have to deal with putting glue on the other side. So I still have a decision. Am I going to cut down this piece for it? Unfortunately, it's not that I'm looking at here. I know you guys, you have no way to see this down here. If I cut this off, up here, if I cut that piece off, it's not wide enough to fit in here, which would have been awesome. I also want to use beads on my spine this time around, so that would be fun. And I'm not adverse for it to be flip-flop, but if I cut off some from the top, because it has this finished edge, I feel like I gotta cut off from both sides. So I think that's what we're gonna wind up doing. Maybe I'll do a pinking shear and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Let's turn this over. Let's put a bunch of glue over here. So let's start with the center. So this is fabric tack right now. I'm not putting it on the actual bends of the book because we want to have a little bit of motion there. So I just want to get it on the spine. Let's start with that side first. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this over. Okay, it's gonna move a little bit before we press it down. Okay, and then we're going to press that in. Okay, and then I'm going to put a bunch over here. So we're going to go here. On the way. Good, 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 good. Get a good amount here. This is leaving a nice thinnish bead. It's very thin nozzly, but it does flow, so it's kind of spreading it out. I'm not getting globs and globs like from the original. Okay, so now we're going to press that guy down. I think there's a glob of, I want to say, oh, something feels like there's something in there. Oh, maybe I didn't press it out good enough. Okay, so we got that going down. And now we're going to turn and flip. So it's holding pretty good to the fabric because you can see it's lifting it up, which is perfection. And here, let me see if if my camera hasn't turned off because it's been acting like a crazy situation. Okay, so again, we're putting it all over, nice thin, because we don't want the glue to, oops, seep through onto the other side. That would be a no bueno. Okay. 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 So go ahead. Just make sure. Got a nice coverage there. There we go. And now we're going to flatten that down. Okay. Don't know what that is. Could that still be glue stick? I don't know. Did I miss something? Gotta be careful that your stuff is. There's another little thing up here. Did I have? Oh, I can't stress. I can't stress. See if I could Get rid of that blob, bro. All right. So that is attached. Okay, nice. Looks straight. Just, you know, beautiful. So now I need to cut down this edge. And I don't know. Should I be folding this over then? Because I feel like that may be hard to get it to hold. Oh, decisions. Such decisions. I definitely want this. Of course, this is a beautiful edge. How would I finish this off? If I do pinking all the way, that could be an option. But then once I start, can't go back. Can't go back. So I'm scared. Okay. Oh my goodness. Jesus, man. I don't know. Now I feel like I need to be traditional. Oh my God. So if I cut this here and here and just free this up and free that up, I could do that. Then when I put this over, there'll be a little bit of bulk here. Right, there'll be some bulk over here and some bulk over here because this will be underneath it. Right? Is that a lot of bulk? Maybe not. Yeah, I have to cover the edge because it's gonna have that raw edge of the raw edge of the cardboard. All right, let's try to get this done straight. So I want to cut this, and thankfully this has some lines. So that lined up with there. Let's see over here. This one lined up. Let's turn this around. This lined up right here. And this one is right here. Okay. I just feel like I needed it to separate a little bit. I don't want to have a ton of bulk, so I might fray this a little bit or see if it'll fray at all. All right, and let's cut over here. So right at the end, lines up right there. Take out the good scissors. I know I have the other side to do, right? Just right here. All right, over here. And then, okay, over here. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's put this on the side for a moment. And let's see what happens when I try to glue up this side over here. So I'm gonna put glue along this edge here. I want to know how far I have to go, right? And I don't want to mess up on this side, so put that over here. So we're gonna cover this with as much adhesive as I can. Remember, it has texture. That's all good. All right, let's see how this reacts. Okay, so we're going to fold this bad boy up here. I'm going to press down. Okay, it looks like it's staying pretty decent with the Fabri-Tac. Okay, not mad at it. Okay, I have to deal with this corner in a second, right? But this is holding pretty good. Let's do this side over here in the bottom. Okay, can you guys see me? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add a good amount of glue on this. And there we go. Okay. And there we go. We're gonna get the glue everywhere to the edge. Put some over here where I know it's safe to have. Okay. This reminds me of all the stringiness, almost like a wet, a wet what is it? Hot glue gun. You know, that it could stay a little bit. Okay, so we're putting it up. We're holding it. We're pressing it. And we're seeing if it stays. And it seems to be staying pretty decently. Okay. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. All right, let's do this side. Now, let's not get cocky that we think we're like, oh shoot. So I'll be honest, this is the second time I'm using any kind of fabric. A newer junk journal maker. I have made a number of folios. I'm a scrapbooking background, a card making background, and I love me a good craft. So I like to kind of master things and know that I'm doing them well. So I think that this is, you know, more practice for me. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're pushing it up, holding it down, pushing it up and in, holding it down. This one's a little shorter, so it's acting a little different. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see if that stays held, and we're going to do the other side over here. Okay. Yes, we're still recording. Very good. All right. So a bunch of as much glue as I can. So I need to start making covers. And I wonder, like, the covers and the themes and, you know, all of that good stuff. Like, I don't know. I haven't done anything very frou-frou or very ornate, except I did do the fashion one. The front was a little bit ornate, but I mean, like, all the what is it? The bells and whistles of, like, lace and crochet and all of that. I just put some lace on a tag for the first time in another video. It was so funny. I was like, oh my god, my first time. So I want to make all these covers and have them ready. So, you know, a la Gail Augustinelli, right? She has her covers and she makes them from those envelopes. I have a bunch of cereal boxes, more specifically a bunch of Crunch and Munch cereal boxes. So I have a lot that are in that same size, the 6x9 size. And I'm just like, I should just make a bunch of covers and then I can just, you know, fill them with an assortment of junk journal papers, you know, coffee dyed, such and such and such. Okay, that seems to be holding well. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so she's a little bit, okay, this is like a little knot, but guess what? We don't know which one's the front yet. So what do you call it? Actually, yeah, and so this piece here, I don't know, I feel like I almost want to, like, I know I have to cut it off, but I think I'm going to wind up putting it in. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it in. So, yeah. Yeah, I need to put it in. So let's finish that off. That was my mistake in terms of thinking what I was going to be doing here. Okay. Let's just hold that bad boy there. And then it's going to be doing the sides and seeing how that's going to handle. Okay. So, okay. All right. I feel like that little seam there may become an issue later, but I don't know. So I'm just going to put a little glue right there. There we go. And I'm going to cut off this little, don't know where this came from. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. Yeah. So, I know that I've told you guys in the past, if you've been visiting me on a semi-regular, that I'm a teacher. I did teach during the whole situation, let's just say, and I had a whole setup. Like, I was like in. I had a place where I saw the kids. I had a place where I saw the lesson. I had another place where I saw the, and when I say place, I mean like another monitor and stuff like that. I had cameras going on me. I had cameras going on the material. I was like up to the challenge, right? Because I love me some tech. So I'm so behind the times right now because I haven't really set up my space where I'm at in order to kind of continue that technological, beautifulish adventure that I love, the tech that I love. So let's see, how are we going to address this over here? I'm not quite sure. I don't know. These scissors are so sharp. I'm afraid of cutting my fingers. I mean, I use a razor blade for a bunch of stuff. So if we have this like this, right, I could just cut it off once it's glued down. That might be an option, right? So I could just pull it and then I can just go through. I think that's what I'm going to wind up doing, because if I try to cut it beforehand, I don't think I'm going to get it where I need it to be. All right, so let's do this again. We are putting glue all the way. All the way. I feel like maybe I should get the bigger bottle because it's going to take me forever. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, you can still see. Yes, I think so. I'm going to take my chances and pull out the big gun because it's, yeah. I don't know. My hands are getting tired already. Look, I can't even get the damn thing in the thing. Okay, let's go. And I know you're like, move on, chick. But we have to close our glues. You know that. There we go. And put her back in scrub. Is this one it? No. Nope. So I bought a box of like 4 of them. Here we go. I should put a little like thing so I can know which one is the correct one. So this one. Okay. I'm just gonna put it here. I hope I don't go through. I feel like it might have because I'm rubbing against this and it's much thicker and liquidy. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, trying to get it stretched out enough. Alright, feeling good, looking good. I could put some extra little glue in between here and there. Okay, and now let's go tackle the other side. Ooh, what is that? I'm like, I don't have animals, but I do have dust. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm getting over here into the grooves, right? And then up here, got on here a little bit. So it's like that contact cement kind of situation. How many of you guys know about contact cement? You glue, you put it on one, you put it on another, they dry, and then you push them together and bam, Bob's your uncle is stuck together. I have some contact cement someplace around here too. All right, let's go ahead. All right, get that. Just gonna pull this as well. Nice. I'm trying to keep it straight-ish. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see how this is going to handle. It feels cold. So I do see that over here. I mean, then maybe I need to, well, I didn't put a lot on that. So I may need to put it here and here just so that I can get that straight edge. Again, I didn't put it on this either. So I have that little bit of a lip situation going on. So I'm gonna address that over here on this one, on this side first, and then I'll turn it around. Oh, see what I'm saying? I like the boogers, the strings, the spider webs. Okay. Of like, what do you call it? You know, when you do the hot glue, you get the little strings everywhere. This is what I feel like I'm seeing with this. Okay. Okay. All right, to this edge right here, and then over here to there. Okay. All right, how am I doing? How am I doing? All right, so this is my cover. This is for Monday. So I could have Monday make it, and then eventually it'll be Monday make it for market, or something like that. Because, you know, we all want to make these things. We enjoy the process, but we can't hoard them all. So I do want to get up to the caliber that I can maybe sell a journal here and there, just to thin out my stash, my collection, or whatever. Okay, so let's see how this is going to go, guys. Okay, let's see, how do we like it? How do we like it? Oh, we like it good. Okay, I'm gonna try to, okay. All right, that looks awesome. I think that looks really good. All right, and let's do this one. All right, there we go. Looks good. This is a little whatever. We'll go. There we go. So, how does that look so far? I think it looks good. Right? There we go. Yes, let's do the other side. So when I'm not a pro, but what I'm doing, you know, is that I'm angling the scissors down, so I'm getting it like behind where I want to see it. I guess. There you go. So that when I open it here, it's behind, right? It's not competing with the top edge. And then if I have this little whatever, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, and then the last one, we're gonna do this here. All right, let's take a look. Okay, and a little tiny snip there. Perfect. I think I did a really good job, if I may say so myself. Okay. Okay. Now, what I was thinking was to attach a piece of this towards the front, like a little inset. I don't like the fact that it has this white border. It's not super thick, but I'm thinking to do a little panel. And I don't know. So I might want to do that. It's a good amount. I did want to get it to make a cover, but I think I have enough to make a cover, a topper kind of thing. I don't think I would put it on the back because it's just, you know, I just want it for the front to make a topper. So let's see. We want to need a amount like there. So let's see. Yes, I am going to try my trimmer, which I should have just cut 6 inches. So like, why did I bother to snip it? You know. Okay, let's see. Well, actually, less than 6 inches, right? No, let's cut it at 6 inches so we have a little bit. Let's see if it'll cut. Let's see. Let's pray. almost. There we go. Wow. Down. So I'm not sure exactly. It said faux leather. It feels very soft and suede-like. So, you know, it's nice. I got blue because I was like, I need to have some other colors in my my stash versus always getting the same colors over and over and over again. So yeah, so I decided to get the blue, and I'm just gonna take this saran wrap. There we go. Okay, so I have this. Okay, we also know that it's the height of that is really tall, but you know what, I don't want to cover the entire front, right? So what I think I'm gonna do is I need a piece of something, cardstock or something that I can attach this to. Do I have something that's not too thick? Let me look at my scrap bin. Yeah, I got this. At least it'll help me get some shape. So I know that this, let's see how much this is. This is 4. Okay, so this was 6. That's 4. So I'm gonna take it in 2 inches. So maybe I should take this up to 10. Yeah, so it'll be 2 inches in and 2 inches out. So let's do that up here so you guys can see. There's our 10. Oh, it's almost 10. But now we want to make sure that it's nice and straight. And is this guy also nice and straight? Not quite, but good enough. Good enough. Good enough. So we're going to start with gluing this here. Okay, and I'm not going to glue with anything fancy right now. I just wanted to kind of hold on. So let's see if I can just get this to kind of stay down, right? In the center here. Okay. Okay, now how am I going to do my closure? That's another thing that I need to think about, because I might need to incorporate it somehow with this guy here, but I'm not sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up and I'm going to cover this, right? I'm going to, what is this? See, it's this, it is the glue. Look, it's this bigger gold booger. Right, hold up a second. I think, just for now, before I forget, I'm just gonna wipe off that and wipe in here, because I'm not obviously picking up residue of dried stuff. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's keep it going. So I'm gonna miter the corners. Maybe take a little, leave it there. Miter the corner here. So I'm not getting on top of it. I want to be a little bit of away. That might be a little still too close. Okay. And then miter this one here, and then this over here. Okay. And so I have, you know, got myself a little bin of stuff, you know, that I just keep all the little scrappies. So now we're going to cover and glue this down. So let's see, it is like a fabric, so I think I still need to use this fabric tack, but I'll use the small bottle because where did I put the other one? I must have put it back. Wow, I'm gonna do that and see how that goes. Right up to here, hold that there, hold that there. Okay. All right, let's see, that stays, and then the same thing over here. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's looking nice. It's gonna do that. So I'm gonna have a little thing there. Let's do the same thing over here. Okay. All right, so I want to tuck these in a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. If not, it's facing the back, so maybe it won't matter that little bit. I can trim it off. I'll trim that bad boy off and get rid of the white. I'll ink it with some Sharpie. I will get it out of my sight. Okay. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now, as I was doing this, and then I'm going to put this on the front, I was kind of thinking if maybe I should put on something like a pocket or something for funds, right? So let me just try to trim away a little bit of that white. I'm scared. Ay, no bueno. Ay. What the hell? No. Ay. Ay. Oh no. So I'm gonna just put a little glue on these things and just hold it down for like a second because, you know, I trimmed them and I held no prisoners, so, you know, if I see it when I put it against the other thing, I will contend with putting some ink on it or whatever. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, should I put a little something on there to make like a pocket? Now I don't have any more of that blue fabric. I don't really have blue fabric. Excuse me. But I have this funkiness that I have gotten. Let me get up and get it. We don't want to have a craft-a-latch. I got this and I think it is so cool. I could wrap it around the front and then make it like a pocket. I think I'm gonna do that. Why not try something new? Blue and brown, always a nice combination. I'm just gonna snip it just to take a little bit of it. All right, I'm gonna try to go straight. I know I'm not gonna use the whole length of it, but I mean, I kind of want to keep it, you know, not so jagged, if that makes sense. I don't know. And then I can put the rest of this in my my little area where I keep things. Okay, so what if this was on the front, right? Even if it's not a pocket, it could be like a belly band. I could put it on here and make it be like a more official pocket. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Huh? What do you guys think? I think it's a nice little juxtaposition. Where's the actual, let's see, here's the actual journal. So I'm gonna put, my scissor, could have hurt myself. I'm gonna put this there, right? So it's very in your face, and then I'm like, what if I just put a little piece around it? Ooh, could I put the whole thing around the whole thing? What do you guys think of that? What about that? Wow, this could have been like closure, right? It could be like closure, right? I don't know. I like it. I like it, but I don't know if I love it. No, I do like it. Now I'm like, I like it for all the way around, and then I'm like, oh, can I put this? But then it doesn't give me the pocket on the front that I was thinking of, right? But I do like the idea of this around. I like this extra texture that it's given. Okay. This is does it have a front and a back? Kind of, yeah. Okay. So this is a little wider than that, so I'm gonna put this. I guess you my front, and I'm gonna do this. So there's a little irregularity. I kind of dig that. Now what if I put this on top, right? I think it's still interesting, and I'm gonna need to do something additional to that, right? So I think we're just gonna, you know what? We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it, and we're gonna glue this on top to initially hold it, right? And then I'll figure out another closure. I'm good with that. So let's get some fabric tacky going on here, and let's get that guy attached to, you know, the front. So am I working backwards by making a cover first? You tell me, guys. I don't know. Ooh, I was gonna make the oh shoot, I was gonna do beads. I guess I still could do beads, but I don't think I could do the beads that I was thinking. Or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Well, I have to look at my stash. I got a ton of beads because, you know, we hoard, we overshop, we do all the things, and so now we need to use them and remember that we have them, etc. Okay, so let's flip her over. Ooh. And then we're going to position it where I think it should live. Okay, so I'm going to open this part out, and I'm going to yep. Okay. And then with this over here on this side, what I'm going to do is I want to put glue on all of these little bigger spots that I could have them, you know, so it'll be loose. It'll be adhered based on a few locations. Okay, maybe this one's a little big, so is this one. She's a little big over here. I could put something there. Okay. I was gonna curse. I was gonna curse, but we held our breath instead. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yes, like that. So I like that. I don't know. I like, it's like fishermen, right? Fishermen. So, yeah. All right. So I knew I put some there. So let's see. I have to put some here. Some here. Let's say here. Over there. Over here. Where else? Maybe here. Okay. Okay. So I got a few spots. It is coming through a little bit, but I'm not mad at that. I don't like the little spider webs though. I'm not mad at it being loose here because when I do the pamphlet stitch, it's gonna be as well done there. So now the decision is, do I go all the way into here? Yes we do. And we go into here. And we try to get a few more spots so that we're holding it a little bit more towards the edge and stuff because of the kooky things we do. Okay, we're off to make a journal. Okay, here we go. Alright, me likey. Alright, and let's go to the other side. Like, now, does the baby things make sense? Of course not. Can I cover them with something else? Of course I can. Will I? Probably. But it is what it is. So, yes. I think I'm going to have to think on it. So, even though I was going to do signatures and the whole nine, I think I'm going to have to come back for this. It's like a baby slash undersea water situation. So, all right, let's go. Okay, here we go. 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 I do not want to let me lift this up over here, because I think I'm gonna wind up getting some other paper for in there. 'Cause I don't like, my idea, so for it just left. It has left the building. It has gone, and this whole thing here has just made me go in a different direction. Even though we got disco pirate going on here. That's what we got going on. So yes. So let me close the glue. Let me take a minute. Let's take a minute, y'all, to look and see if there's something here that we can replace that with. There was something on the front that looked like pebbles. So let's see if we can find it, like rocks. Ooh. Ooh. I like this because I'm thinking pirate, but no. I want something a little more generic. Not those stones, or something else. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this. We have to cover the baby's things because, and then over here, right? I don't know what I was thinking. Let me take a look. Doesn't go with this, but you know what? I'm good. I like this. I gotta figure out some other part of the top or so. I am gonna put something else to cover this for sure, for sure. But I love this. Ooh, like a mermaid. Yes, 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 yes. So with this, we're going to. Oh, look at that. We could just put it all the way across. Look at that. We could do that, right? All the way across. I could do that. I kind of want to do that, but then I'm worried about the holes. I'm finding the holes later. That's the problem. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, we definitely got to cut it down because I do not want to, whatever you call it. Right. So we do need to cut it down somewhat. You know what? We shall figure it out. We have another piece of that, so we can totally work that out. Okay. So we're going to take off an inch. Okay. Take off an inch, and then we're going to turn this, and we're going to cut it at 6. And there we go. We have our 2 pieces. We're going to hold on to that scrap, as we never know. And then we're going to see, we reinvented. It went from baby to mermaid. So we're going to need to stick this under there, right, to add some glue. So let's get them under there, under here. Maybe an inch wasn't enough. What do we need to adjust? We need to take off a sliver more. But I don't want to do it freehand, so I think I'm going to take off. Do I dare? I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch. Oh my goodness. The pain, the suffering. Was it like this there? So that doesn't matter. I don't want to take off the sudsy. Let's take off the 1/4 of an inch. We're gonna pray that that wasn't too much, but you know what? If it is, I will find a way. Okay, I like this one for here. Was it too much? Might have been too much. Okay. This, you know what it is also? This is like really stuck. So let's see here. Come on. Come on. It's a little bit too short. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand the shenanigans, bro. I can't. Can I glue this back in? Oh, I want you back. I could grab the other piece of paper, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. How big was my head in that thing? I don't even know. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stick it like that. Stick it down. She doesn't want to go in too much. But we're going to stick it down like that. So let's use... Art glue. What happened? I thought I had a plan. Okay, we're gonna have to just do some minor surgery here to make it fit. Ugh. And get her in there. So it's a little bit on the edge right there. Okay, let's see. Oh no! Hold on. Okay, sorry. That was the sugar monitor that I forgot to turn off. Okay. OMG! What's that now? Oh, we've been doing this for an hour. Okay, so you know what? Actually, I'm almost done with this phase, and I guess, you know, we'll have to come back if we want to revisit the mermaid of it all, that now I've decided that she's going to be mermaid based. Okay, so let me just get this folded. So we will put her down later, right, after we kind of figured out how to get the holes punched in. This was just tucked under here, which I need to just raise up a little bit. Okay, so let's get that going. Okay, and so yeah, even though we have this little situation up here and here, I will come up with a solution. So let's just tackle putting the other piece in. Where she be? Did she fall on the floor? No, she's over here. So I think I want to do that like that. Let's get this in here. Okay, same kind of situation, but like worse. So I think I'm gonna put this up here. Do I want to do that? Yeah, why not? We will be decorating. What did I drop? What did I drop? Probably, yep, it was the glue. Sticky, pointy thing. Okay, so yeah, we will have to do that. So I will be finessing something to cover those edges. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Let's get this covered. That. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. It will be all good. Yeah. Okay. All right. And that's gonna be there, so that'll cover there once we're done. Once I figure out the punching of the holes. Okay. Okay. So we go from one theme to another theme to, hey, that's cool, I'm good, we got our things in, and yeah, so I'm happy. I'm good with everything. I don't think this is gonna work, but you know, I'm gonna put some little bit of, I put it on the wrong side. How smart am I? Anyway. So we got our mermaid. So I need a mermaid for the front. I'm gonna leave that here. This looks, I think this looks beautiful. And then we have this situation here, which I think I might have an answer to. And up here we will incorporate some other things. And then I will deal with the hole punching. So I may have to punch and mark the other side. So then I could cover this and then I could repunch it. So that'll be a whole thing, but you don't have to sit around and watch me do that. So, yeah, I'm happy with today's progress. I know we did a whole little trip down everywhere, but I think it was cool. And hopefully I'm going to do this next Monday. I'll tackle this journal again, make it Monday, and bring that back to the table. So we will finish it off next week. And yeah, so if you're new, thank you for hanging out with me. Consider subscribing and liking and making a comment. And if you have been with me for a while, thank you so much for being here and hanging around and hanging out. And also comment, like, and you know, share. Until the next time, happy crafting, I guess, or you know, any other slogan we could think of. I mean, I could think of a couple, but anyway, I'm getting my spiel down. So until next time, ciao ciao, bye.